Sam, I got one for you real fast. We've been talking a lot about the wind. You've been out there. What do you do as a wide receiver to deal with the windy conditions that you can get out there?
There's really nothing that I can personally do, any different than just, prepare like I do every other week, for a game. I mean, a lot of that has to do with, the quarterback and the plays we call of getting the ball down the field and how the wind affects his throwing.
Same teams, special teams real quick. Obviously you're a gunner on the punt. Do you enjoy that? Not every wide receiver would relish that role.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy it because I'm fast, so just getting down there fast. Like I don't really get touched off the line from their jammers and stuff. So it's just fun running down there, making the punt returner for a catch every time. So.
You've always been a good tackler. I mean, because again, that's something not all wide receivers do well.
I mean, I played a little defense in high school, so I guess that kind of carried over to now being able to make a tackle. But we also work on tackling, in practice and stuff. Like we'd do a swap period where we would go down and, the offensive skill tackle and work on tackling.
Wide receivers made a bunch of contested catches against Baylor. I think best overall performance for the group this year maybe?
Yeah, just being consistent. All of us was consistent, catching balls and making those contested, tough grabs. So, just being consistent. That's the thing that helped us, able to, make those catches and concentrate more.
Sort of similar to the special teams, blocking as a wide receiver. The run game's been very good this year, and a lot of it is because wide receivers blocking downfield. Was that a learned thing for you guys when you were younger and you've progressed, or how much better are you now?
Yes, it definitely is a learned thing because when I first got here, I'm like, I got to block. I thought, they recruited me, to catch passes and stuff. But then, after, going down the road, practicing and learning, watching games and watching, NFL guys block, like, oh, this is part of the game. Like, we got to, start doing this to help us because, if we don't block at the second level, like, a lot of the big runs you see won't happen because, the DBs and safeties that make those tackles or, attempt to make those tackles. So, just blocking downfield helps the, team in general.
Was it Preston Fox that got that block on Tony's touchdown?
Yeah,
Did he
it
take
was.
out two guys?
Yeah, he
You guys
did.
Talk about that a little bit. Little guy like him taking out two
Yeah,
guys.
it's called a force block, in our terminology. So, like, when it runs like that, he has to go get the safety. And so, he usually takes two because the corner is probably locked onto him. So, he'll follow him because, corners aren't very, smart. So, he'll probably follow him in there. So, he's basically blocking two after just, blocking one. But that was a great block. He put his body on the line for Tony, and Tony scored.
Harder for you? I mean, Caden and Bryce are both big guys, so
Yeah.
I would think blocking for them is easier. Is it tougher for a skinny guy?
Nah. I mean, I usually set up my blocking on my route, so, like, the DB never really knows, like, when I'm about to block or when I'm about to run routes. So, I always have that advantage on them, so.
Sam, what is it about the last couple of years, West Virginia, Texas Tech, it seems like it's always come down to the last quarter. Is there anything about the way these two teams are matched up that it comes down to, maybe who makes a play in the fourth quarter?
Really, I don't know. Texas Tech has had our number for, the past couple of years, but it's not necessarily like they're a tough team, to play, but, like, it's just their offense. Like Dante said earlier, like, they want to pass the ball. They want to run, like, a lot of plays. Like, past game, they ran, like, over 100 plays. That's absolutely absurd to me, to be honest, to run that many plays in a game. But it's just, keeping up with them because, they want to score. They want to get the ball down the field. So it turns out into a shootout, honestly. So it does come down to the last possession who, like, eliminates the most mistakes.
It does turn into, heck, Thursday was kind of a shootout.
Yeah.
If it turns into something like that, is that fun?
Yeah.
Nerve-wracking? I mean, what's the...
Nah, it's fun, to be in games like that. Because it's like, oh, like your nerves all high, like you really don't know what's about to happen. But it's fun to me to be in those type of games because, it gets the crowd going, it's electrifying, keeps the players engaged. Because if it's a blowout one-sided, like players aren't going to be engaged as much. It's not going to be as fun. The energy's not going to be there. So I'm excited, honestly.
You got to score every time you got the ball,
yeah.
Right? I mean, that's the thing, right?
Which we have done this year on offense. So it's going to be a fun one.
You've been out to Lubbock. I asked Dante, I'll ask you, what makes it so unique to go out here and play at Lubbock?
Really, probably their fans throwing tortillas, honestly. I always thought that was funny, like, for them, to go to the store and waste their money on some tortillas that they're just going to throw at us or on the field. But that's probably the most unique thing about going down there and playing.
Anything else for Sam? Thank you, sir.